in this short message, I want to talk about image. We live in a society, a culture, whereby image is obviously very important to many people. And in some ways, I think that's right. For example, whether it be in a secular sense or a religious sense, if we're promoting ourselves via a business or an organisation, a church, something like that, a Christian ministry, it is vital that the image we portray is one that shows we're efficient, we're good at what we're doing, we're organised, we're thinking it through, so on and so forth. So in that sense, image is important. But I also believe that there can be a negative aspect to image. Just a few examples, very practical ones. We may get people who only shop at certain shops, not necessarily because the food's good, but because it's beneath them to go to a certain place. You may get folks who walk around with a Harrods bag. They may not have been there for 2 years, it's something they picked up, but they walk around with that bag to show people that they're better than them. And that's the key to this negative aspect of image. It doesn't really matter where we shop. If we have the money and it's convenient and we like the food, then yes, we go to those places. But if by doing so we then think that we're better than other people, that's when it becomes negative. Think of bottled water, perhaps not so much at the moment, but I remember when it was quite a trend to walk around with a bottle of water in your hand, and it wasn't just any old bottle, it had to be a particular brand. And even in churches there was a phase where people would sit in the service with a bottle of water by the side of them or in their hands, and again it was the brand that was important. And so what are we saying through that? Are we saying that by identifying with the brand that we're with the in crowd, we're better than other people? I think we have to be careful when we project image. Yes, it has a positive side, but also it can have a negative side as well. Think of clothes. Nothing wrong with clothes, nothing wrong with designer labels, nothing wrong with brands. But if by wearing the brands, the designer labels, we're actually saying that we're better than the people that don't wear them, then I believe that we're treading on very dangerous ground. In fashion, we see girls who get themselves in all sorts of eating disorder problems and situations because they're trying to live up to an image that has been sold to them. And so image can be destructive as well, whereby people get themselves in all sorts of problems because they're pursuing this negative aspect of image. And so in a nutshell, just to cover that side of things, those practical examples, there's nothing wrong with having the things. Even as I sit here now, I'm in front of a Sony camcorder. Behind me you can probably see the laptop there, that's a Sony Vaio. I've got a BlackBerry on the side there, my phone. Nothing wrong with those things, but if, for example, I think that because I have a BlackBerry I'm better than someone who only has a £10 phone that does basic things, then I'm wrong. If I want to have a BlackBerry, it's part of my image or whatever, in a positive sense, it works for me, I like the phone, the things that it does work for me, then that's okay. But if I think that I'm better than someone else because I have that, then that is very, very wrong. And that's the negative aspect of image that I'm talking talking about. Nothing wrong with a positive image, nothing wrong with selling ourselves, selling our organisations, our churches, our businesses, our ministries in a particular way. That's how we want to come across to people. Nothing wrong with that at all. So don't think I'm attacking possessions and saying that anything with a label on it is wrong, because I'm not. But what I am saying is, if we think we're better than other people because we shop at Harrods, or we carry a particular phone, or we have a particular laptop, or we drive a certain car, or anything like that, then quite clearly from the scriptures that sets us against what the Bible teaches. The phrase status symbol is not found in the Bible. A status symbol is a possession which is regarded as proof of the owner's social position, wealth or prestige. And as I've said, nothing wrong with having things, but if through having those things we try to project that we're better than other people, then that clearly is not the way that we should be going. We're made in the image of God, and that is the image that we should be trying to live up to, not some self-created position that we're making out to those around us. It's the image of God that we live up to, and that is where we should be trying to project ourselves to those around.